I'm a poet and writer and broadcaster, and I've come to Ljubljana Pride for Pride and to read from my new collection, C+nto Othered Poems, which is the hidden history of the butch counterculture in the UK. Lesbian bars. Because the lesbian bar is a sacred space. You know, it's got numinous, it's got a magic to it, and it becomes this radical space as well. So a lesbian bar is not just about lesbians going out and drinking and doing whatever. It's a space where connection happens and new thoughts start to develop. It's a space where you can use them for as much for activism as for like cruising and picking somebody up. You know, it's a space where they're formed really for the lone lesbian walking in to feel like they belong. When I kind of came out in the late 80s, I came from a culture of exile, and it was going to my first lesbian bar and opening the door was like opening the door into belonging and into a community. And I feel we need these spaces because like we deserve them as well. We deserve specific spaces where we can be free with one another and be sexual as well. Lesbian Pride is a hell of a project because as women we're born with this kind of inner sense of internalized misogyny, internalized homophobia, and so to actually to use that word pride with respect to ourselves and our sexuality, our identities, is an incredibly powerful thing. It's where we can stand together and we have a distinct fight, a distinct struggle, which has similarities between other, members of the LGBT community, but it's distinct. We have, and it deserves a distinct voice, and a space where we can be unified together. And a great place to pick up women, frankly. For me, so a lot of people think that butch is that you're identifying as a man in some respect, but it's completely untrue. I'm identifying as survival, as freedom. The reason I look like I do is because this is my body and I decide what I wear. So that's a very basic level. Butch is that. It comes from a culture of survival during a time when lesbians would be we still are beaten, etc. But during a time when we were absolutely excluded from wider society, and the only way a lesbian couple could walk down the street is for one to look more male and one to look hyper-female. Both butch and femme are gender non-conforming. It's perceived by some people that it's a kind of aping of heterosexual relationships, but it couldn't be further than the truth. Butch escapes the male gaze completely, escapes it. So in that sense, if you think about it as a thought experiment, the butch is far more female than the hyper-feminine femme, because it is literally how I choose to be. See what I mean? That's quite a tenuous argument. I see dyke as a word of absolute power, uncompromising power. It's believed to come from the word Boudica, which was an Iceni queen, an English queen who took on the Romans when her daughters were raped. So this sense of ceremonial office is really, really important. It was a word that was used at us in school. And during the 90s, there was a kind of project within the wider LGBT community to take back all the words that were used against us. And it's kind of that punk idea. Yes, I am a dyke. I am what you think I am, and it's brilliant. Dyke means what people think it means, and it means I'm powerful, it means I'm ugly, it means I'm free, it means I don't care what you think. And during the late 80s and 90s in London, the word dyke became currency among us. It's a very strong word, but it's about strong women.
What are you expecting from your performance today?
That. So it's not so much that I'm expecting anything, it's that I am hoping, and I'm going to work toward connection. Poetry is a bridge between people, and I just want to be here and be with my people, all the dykes, all the scruffy little lezers, all the femmes, all the butches, be together, talk about our hidden history. Let us be the centre of the page for once, and the centre of the stage, and to feel that connection and that joy that comes from a shared history.